for a global celebration of games.
Maybe the entitled goose will also be there. See you live for the Game Awards on December 12th, streaming everywhere.
The goose is probably gonna win. Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It, my most supported show on this entire channel that I oh so love so very much. So, as you guys have seen from the ending of the video, they've just announced the nominees for the Game Awards of 2019, so I can't really wait. I am not an active follower of any award shows, whether it be music, movies, and including video games, which I guess is blasphemy, but I honestly don't give a shit. Last year, I actually decided, what the hell, let's give it a go, and then look at what happened. Joker was in Smash. How nice. And as you guys have seen, you guys will be in charge on seeing who's gonna be winning each category for every single nomination. But enough talk. Let's have a little bit of a go at the votes. So I'm not normally used to doing these kinds of videos, so let's take a quick look and see whether or not our votes are gonna matter in the end. So, they say let's just type in vote, GA on Google. What the hell? Did I type this in right? Georgia My Voter page. What the hell is... No, okay, screw this, let's just go to the main site. Okay, so, here we are. Vote now. Save the date. Save the date for what? We use cookies, off, I don't need this. Celebrate the best in video game and esports. I freaking hate esports. How to watch, go to YouTube. Okay, here we are at the 2019 nominees. Sign in to vote. Well, I guess if my vote should matter, they should know exactly who I am. There, fine, have I signed in now? We take your privacy seriously. Obviously not my time. So I'm finally signed in. Now, let's take a look at the voting. Okay, the game of the year. This is gonna be a hard one for me, so I'm not gonna start with that yet. So let's start at the very bottom. Okay, so what the hell we got here? Okay, so the first one here is VR and AR game. Obviously, VR meaning virtual reality and AR augmented. Now, I'm not sure about a lot of AR games that came out this year. But we have a decent selection. No, cancel vote. I didn't want to do that. Okay, Asgard's Wrath Sanzaru games. I didn't know they made this. Blood and Truth, I have no idea what this is. Beat Saber, well, I'm gonna say that's the closest that I'm gonna get to voting because that's the only thing I did play. No Man's Sky, I've played the normal one. I was not aware that this thing got a VR. Traverse, this looks like something from Rick and Morty. I don't even know what this is. And I'm not gonna look up for it now because it's pretty much too late for me to even give these games a fair shot because I'm gonna do this now. So I can assume Beat Saber is the only one I've played, and I have played the normal No Man's Sky, I mean the Beyond update, so I can imagine this in VR would be more impressive. Nah, screw it, Beat Saber it is. Next up on the list is strategy game. I don't give a shit about strategy games unless it's Age of Empires, so let's take a good look over here. Age of Wonders, Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Total War, 3 Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and Wargrove. Groove. Well, isn't this a tough one? So, you know, just because there hasn't been a Fire Emblem game in a while, at least not from what I understand on like consoles, I'm gonna pick that. Just so I can get over with this. Sports and racing games. Now, this is something I have not been involved with. So we have CTR Nitro Fueled, which is, to be honest, one of the games I did look forward to the most of this year. But seeing that it's not on PC, I'm really pissed off about that. But still, I'm not gonna negate the fact that the thing is quality. I'm aware of the controversy that Activision did with making the microtransactions happen afterwards. But let's what? No, get the f away. Yeah, okay, I'm giving it to CTR. Let's see. Score and music. Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Gives me conniptions.
I only know about... Okay, to be quite honest, I know most of these. I know Cadence of Hyrule is supposed to basically be a rhythm game because it was something Grave of the Necromancers or whatever the f it was. Death Stranding. Everything that includes Death Stranding is gonna hurt personally because I want to play the game. I don't have a PS4 and I'm gonna have to wait till next year to play the game. Devil May Cry 5. Well, okay, I can admit this. I can say that I prefer the more metal songs, unlike the older games, but I won't lie that the more electronic stuff didn't fit in perfectly. So, well, to be honest, I'm looking at the rest. I've played like maybe a half an hour of Kingdom Hearts 3. Devil May Cry 5 it is. Best role-playing game. Disco Elysium, I've seen that on Steam. I have no clue what that is. Final Fantasy 14, no. Kingdom Hearts 3, no. Monster Hunter World Iceborne, no. The Outer Wilds, something I actually want to play, but haven't gotten to it yet. So, if I'm gonna keep it fair, Kingdom Hearts 3, I guess. Performance. Okay. Ashley Birch, I think that's how you pronounce it, as Parvati Holom from the Outer Worlds. Courtney Hope as Jesse Faden in Control. Now, I don't give a shit about the story in Control. People are gonna really dislike this video. Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5. I love Laura Bailey as a voice actress. I mean, I can't name everything off the top of my head that what she does, but I like her as a voice actress, and her character in Gears 5 isn't really that bad, so maybe I'll give it to her. Mads Nicholson as Cliff from everything about Death Stranding is gonna piss me off now. Matthew Porretta as Dr. Casper Darling. I don't care. So, just because I'm maybe an asshole, you know, or just because I have a Death Stranding poster that I posted on my Instagram, I'm very proud of owning, I'm just gonna give it to Norman Reedus, because, you know, I feel so bad with PT, he didn't get his chance to be in there, and now, like, Death Stranding is his second chance. Ongoing game, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I don't like any of these games. Okay, so, I probably don't have much of a choice now, do I? Despite that one video, I really don't like Fortnite, and a lot of kids are gonna hate my video just for saying that. So I'm just giving it to Apex Legends, screw it, I don't give a shit. What have we got? Narrative for outstanding storytelling, narrative, and development in a game. A Plague Tale: Innocence. I have not gotten to that game yet, so I'm completely screwed. Control, Remedy 505. Look, I like Remedy, they usually can make a good story, but at the moment I didn't give too much of a shit. The last game I played from Remedy, where the story I remotely gave a shit about, was with Alan Wake, and that was in 2010, so I'm completely... So, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds. Okay, I'm giving it to Kojima-san, because I know he can make one weird story. Even though I know nothing about the story of Death Stranding, I'm giving it to him anyway, because normally Kojima does good stuff. Multiplayer game, Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's The... Okay, so, out of everything I can say, without a doubt, I have not played the new Modern Warfare. I have seen it so much, but I'm more interested in the game single player than I am at the multiplayer. And without a doubt, I can say, because I love Borderlands 3 so much, me and a friend played that game for a long ass time, maybe not too long enough, but still, I'm giving it to Borderlands 3 because I love the multiplayer, and I love that game the most. It's my new favorite in the franchise. Mobile games. Oh no. I don't really play I don't play mobile games. And the Sayonara Wild Hearts. What the golf? You know, just screw it, I'm giving it to Call of Duty Mobile. Independent games. Now, I love the indie scene. I mean, a lot of my favorite games are indie games. Undertale is my favorite game of all time, and that's an indie game. So, okay, let's take a quick look and see what we have here. Independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside of traditional publisher system. Baba Is You. I still don't get that title. Disco Elysium, don't know shit about it. Katana Zero, Outer Wilds, and Unentitled Goose Game. Now, I've seen a lot about that Unentitled Goose Game. I myself haven't given it a go. I'm really not that interested in giving it a go. But the only game I have played here is Katana Zero. So you know what? I'm giving it to that because I think that game had some of the best gameplay that I've seen in like a 2D pixel art game, and also had a pretty good story as well. I actually was relatively, especially in the ending, that was a complete shocker. If they do make a sequel, I'm definitely gonna be giving that a go. Games for Impact. A thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning or message. Concrete Genie, Grease, Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, and Sea of Solitude. Well, I don't know so let's just give that to Life is Strange because I know that those games are generally well received. Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in direction and design. Now this is gonna hurt because most of these games here I've played except Outer Wilds. So we have Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Like I said, Death Stranding is the one game I still want to play this year. But it's not gonna happen until next year, so who knows, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot most likely. I'm gonna try and be fair, I can't give Kojima everything just because he made Metal Gear, so... I'm probably gonna go ahead. Look, I like the type of direction that Control has, but I haven't beaten it yet. Resident Evil 2 was my most anticipated game of this year. I just like that it went back to more horror aspects. I really like the direction that they took with the survival elements of the game as well. And Sekiro is just fun. I have to admit, this is my favorite game that's From Software has done. I did a video on it, if you guys want to take a look at that. But, yeah, I'm giving this one to Resident Evil 2 because, you know, it satisfied my curiosity on how good they can make a remake of this game. You know, I love the one on PlayStation 1, I did a video on that as well, and I really thought that Resident Evil 2 is just fantastic. I haven't beaten it, but still, I've played it enough to give my honest opinion, and I think it's amazing. Everyone should give it a go. What have we got over here? Fresh indie game presented by Subway, recognizing new independent studios that released its first games in 2019. So these are just honoring the developers that released the first games. Okay, so Zaum, really cool name, for Disco Elysium, Nomada Studio for Greece, Dead Toast Entertainment for My Friend Pedro, Mobius Digital for Outer Wilds, Mega Crit for Slay the Spire, don't know what that is, and House for Unentitled Goose Game. This is an easy one for me because one of the games here I have played and I think is one of the best games I have played this year. It's going to My Friend Pedro. I have to say, this is one of the most addicting games. I finished it, goes to show how much I liked it. I kind of find it like a combination of Tony Hawk and Max Payne, where you constantly go around shooting people in slow motion, and you have score multiplier at the bottom, and it's just addicting. I mean, you have a nice variety of guns. The story itself's relatively not taking itself serious. It's kind of funny, but still, in the end, this was one of my favorite games of this year. I'm giving it to My Friend Pedro. I'm not sure about these other games. I mean, they could probably be better, but I haven't played any of them, so My Friend Pedro it is. Fighting Game of the Year. You know, I'm surprised to see Jump Force on this, and Dead or Alive 6, to be honest, because these games came out, and I'm pretty sure a majority of the people probably already forgot they exist, so let's see what we have. Dead or Alive, off, Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, again, the game didn't come out, wasn't at the last Game Awards because it came out in December, so it was a little too late for that. Samurai Showdown, I didn't even know this game was out yet. It looks more like Street Fighter 4 with swords and shit. So out of all, I have played Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force, MK11, and Smash Ultimate. So if I have to give my personal thoughts, I'm giving this one to Jump Force. I really love this game. Me and a friend got it day of release, played it until 6 o'clock at night. I'm pretty sure he's gonna comment down something about that, and we just had so much fun. I mean, they're still supporting the game till this day. I think they brought out a new Naruto and Bleach character. I don't know when. I think I did see that, honestly. But yeah, I'm giving it to Jump Force. This game was awesome. It's a complete improvement from J-Stars. I'm not even gonna continue talking, so let's go. Family game. Well, I don't know why, but I think Dead or Alive 6 should be a good family game. So Luigi's Mansion 3, a lot of people actually like this game. Ring Fit Adventures, I don't know nothing about this game. Super Mario Maker 2. We have a channel here in South Africa that's completely dedicated to esports. It's called, I think, The First Hour or something. They completely ruined this game. I have no interest anymore. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Yoshi's Crafted World. I'm giving this to Smash off Luigi's Mansion. No. I'm giving this to Smash Ultimate because, I mean, it's really... What else would you guys rather put up? I mean, you can have 8 people in one living room together kicking the out of each other with all of your favorite Nintendo characters and the third-party characters that they've added in from Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, Persona 5. I mean, what else would you guys pick? Esports team... Pass. Esports play. Pass. Esports. Pass. Esports game of the year. Well, okay, I might as well give it a look. Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Overwatch. I'm giving this to Counter-Strike. I love Counter-Strike. Leave me alone. Esports event. Pass. Actually, to be honest, I will give it to Evo because I like fighting games. I don't like anything else. Let's get going. Esports content creator of the year. What are these, like YouTubers or something, or streamers? I have no idea. I'm giving it to Shroud because he's the only dude I know. Community support. I remember this was the same as the ongoing game. I think I'm just giving it to Apex because whatever, I don't care. Audio design. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro. I'm just gonna give it to Resident Evil 2 because I'm not a sound expert, but I have to say that I think that the atmosphere in Resident Evil 2 and the sound design that they took in that game really fits it perfectly, you know. If you want a nice, proper horror game with nice atmosphere and nice sounds, to just the zombies, sound effects in general, the weapons, everything everything just seems like it's hitting the right note. Art direction. For outstanding creative or technical achievements in artistic design and animation. To be quite fair, I would have put Katana Zero here because I love pixel art. If you guys have seen the animation, I did. Okay, so let's take a quick look. Art direction. For outstanding... Why am I reading this again? Okay, so Control, art direction. I don't know what it is. I like the color choices they have in Control. With most of it being like a perfect red contrast. That's probably the best thing I can say. Death Stranding, it looks hopeless, it looks barren, except for like a few exceptional things. I don't want to give another thing to Death Stranding because again, that's going to be biased just because I love Hideo Kojima. Grease, I want to give it to this just based off of this image right here. It looks amazing how well this art's just presented. So I don't know, but I can't give it anything. Sayonara Wild Hearts, no. Okay, we have Sekiro and The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I have to admit the chibi design that they did for the game, as well as, I'm not sure, again, I don't own a Switch, so I don't know much about this aside from what I've seen of the gameplay. There's also this nice anime style that they've done. I'm not sure if they do that anywhere else besides the intro. I'm not even sure if it's in the game itself. But out of everything I've played, I'm giving this to Sekiro. Action-adventure game. Once again, now the choices are getting hard because I've played everything except Link's Awakening and Death Stranding. Okay, I have to keep reminding myself that. So, okay, we have Borderlands 3, Control, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Action-adventure game. I mean, okay, Resident Evil 2 has those elements, but I see that more as a horror game with more survival elements. I know where the action-adventure comes from, where you're exploring a lot of these places, and you have to solve puzzles within each of these places. Death Stranding, I've heard is more of a walking simulator, but Kojima makes walking fun. Borderlands 3, like I said, this is my new favorite game in the whole entire franchise. Really, action-adventure, it's just more action, more open world, and has more role-playing mechanics. Control, I can see how this goes. From what I've played, it's more or less you just go from one place, kill your enemies, like restore those control points or whatever. And Sekiro, I think that's the closest we've got to a proper action-adventure because you're doing a lot of the things like combat, exploration, platforming in a lot of cases. So I'm giving this to Sekiro. Action game for the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. Once again, I've played mainly almost everything. Can I stop voting? I have not played Astral Chain. That hurts just as much as Death Stranding, to be honest, because I love Platinum Games. I love everything they've done. You know, Metal Gear Rising, Bayonetta, all those things. Devil May Cry 5. If I can tell you guys something, Devil May Cry 5 is my favorite game of the year so far. I'm just saying this now, so this is automatically biased. Gears of War 5 is a good game. I'm not gonna try and act like it's not. I'm just not impressed with the whole direction they've taken. Like, I'm playing it now, I'm probably a good 5-6 hours in the game. You know, these open world sections were on that, like, snow thing with the speeder, but like I said, I'm not really that into what they did. I still think that the older Gears games on the 360 were way better, and from what I understand, maybe Gears of War 4 was even better than this. I'm not sure, but I'm giving this to Devil May Cry 5 because I think not only is this my favorite game of the year so far, but it's blown everything out of the water. I've played all of them, including the MC Devil May Cry. This one kicked the out of all of them. So, oh, and here we go. Now we're at the top spot of the game of the year. And the nominees are Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds. It's easy for process of elimination because I haven't played Outer Worlds yet. I'm happy that this game is on here. I mean, Obsidian is a very good developer. They made Fallout New Vegas, they made South Park The Stick of Truth, and I really love those games. But I haven't played it, so that automatically just takes it out. But I am happy that this new IP of theirs, you know, free from Bethesda, they're able to make something themselves, and the fact that it's being recognized as one of the best things of the year, that's just awesome. Remedy, I'm also just as happy for this. This is also one of my favorite games of the year because of how fun the combat is. Death Stranding. Also, process of elimination is being made for me because I haven't played this game, which hurts. So maybe when next year comes, maybe I'll give it a fair look again. Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro and Smash Bros. Ultimate. Smash Ultimate I'm also gonna take off because this would obviously be one of my favorite games of all time if I had a Switch. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take this out. So it's between and Control. To be honest, I love the game. It's very good. I would recommend everyone try it out. it comes down to two of my favorite games in my top 3 games, which, okay, Devil May Cry 5 isn't here, which pisses me off because, you know, that I love that game so much. It's really awesome. Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro. This is gonna be hard. Resident Evil 2. If I gotta tell you guys something, this was my most anticipated game of last year. I might have mentioned that earlier, but now I'm presented with a very difficult choice. I'm gonna have to bring it up again. It turned out to be my 3rd favorite game of the year because when I played it, it's amazing. It's fantastic. It's really an awesome game. I really hope everyone gives it a go. In preparation, I did that video where I played the PS1 version of Resident Evil 2, and in some instances, I played those games like interchangeably with each other to see, like, it was more to see, like, how it changed over, like, the 20 years it took for the game to be remade. And now that Resident Evil 2 came out, I have to admit, it's fantastic, but it's funny that a lot of, sometimes when I was playing the PS1 game, there was some things I preferred more about that than in the remake. And that's not pretty good when you're remaking a game and we all know how the original Resident Evil 2 looks like. Like I said, this game is amazing, but out of everything I have to pick here, Sekiro, it's been 3 years since From Software made Dark Souls 3. I love the Dark Souls games, and we had like a bunch of like Souls clones. We had Lords of the Fallen, we had The Surge, even this year we had The Surge 2, and Code Vein, and now we also have Jedi Fallen Order, which also isn't here, but at this given moment, Sekiro just did everything right. I mean, the gameplay was fast, you had to be cautious when you played the game. I thought the level design was fantastic, with more verticality, with the grappling hook and all that stuff. The fact that they've almost omitted a lot of RPG elements, even though they are technically still in the game. And again, I think the combat was amazing. The different types of arms you can use for sub-weapons made combat interesting, and the fact that those could be upgraded upon that. Yeah, I enjoyed it more than Resident Evil 2, so the game of the year, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I'm sorry, RE2, and that doesn't also help that I played Resident Evil 7 for the first time, and that turned into my favorite Resident Evil game. So that's it. Those are all my votes. This video has been going on for an entire 33 minutes. Not sure how much that's gonna be with editing. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate comments about my choices and how shallow most of them might have seemed. Hey, in the end, this was fun to make. I had a lot of fun talking about how much I love each and every one of these games, and you know, why I think they deserve to win above others, and like, how I don't like Fortnite. But in any case, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, please let me know. And yeah, this has been the 5th episode of Let's Talk About It. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm John from the channel with the freakishly long name, and I will see you guys next time.